Good evening, folks. This is Bill Breeden. Welcome to Constellation Tour number 43. Tonight we're going to talk about Canis Major, or the Greater Dog. Canis Major is located in the South Celestial Hemisphere, just south of Orion, and is best viewed between January and March. So it is a winter constellation. We have Stellarium set up here for January the 14th, 2021 at about 9:15 p.m. with a 60-degree true field of view and a simulated suburban, somewhat light polluted sky. So we're looking south in the winter months, and Sirius is within the borders of Canis Major. And Sirius is the brightest star in the sky. So Canis Major is really easy to find. Simply look for the brightest star in the sky, looking south in the winter months. Pretty simple. Or look for Orion's belt and follow it downward until you reach the bright star. So Canis Major is very easy to find. Let's have a look at the constellation lines. And Canis Major, you can see, is depicted as a dog right here, with Sirius right here at the front. And here are the boundaries of Canis Major. It's a medium-sized constellation, maybe on the smallish side a little bit. It's just outlined by the square here. And yes, there is a Canis Minor. It's on the other side of Monoceros the Unicorn, right here. So we'll cover that. We'll cover that during our next constellation tour. Tonight we're going to be reviewing the Greater Dog. And here are the mythical figures. So you can see here that Canis Major is depicted as a dog. Just underneath the feet of Monoceros the Unicorn, and on the other side of Monoceros is the lesser dog, Canis Minor. And Sirius here, the brightest star in the sky, is right here at the front of the dog. So what is there to see within Canis Major? Well, obviously Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, and no, it's not the North Star. The North Star is not the brightest star in the sky. That's a common misconception. As a matter of fact, if you're following Sirius, thinking you're going north, you're probably actually going south. So that couldn't be any bigger of a mistake. So what is there to look at within Canis Major? Well, let's start by observing Sirius itself. Sirius is also known as Alpha Canis Majoris, and it is a double star, shining at magnitude minus 1.45. A little bit about magnitudes. Generally, magnitudes are numbered from 1 to 6, with 1 meaning the brightest stars and 6 being the faintest stars that you can see with the naked eye. Now this comes from antiquity, the numbering system, 1 to 6. And, upon the dawn of science, it became obvious that some stars were brighter than 1. So we had to back the system up and designate some 0 magnitude stars. Well, Sirius is even brighter than that. So its magnitude is actually below 0, minus 1.45. So anytime you see a magnitude that is negative, that's a really bright object. Sirius is located 8.6 light years from Earth. So as stars in the night sky go, it's pretty close to us. So let's have a look at Sirius through the finder scope. And it's listed as a double star, but I don't see that. get in a little closer. Surprise! You can't really see the companion to Sirius. It is way too faint. I think it's called Sirius B, and it's far, far fainter than Sirius itself, and it's actually very close to it. So with Sirius being so bright, the companion star to it is just not easily seen. However, point your telescope at Sirius anyway. There are some other stars near it that you will see in the field of view, and it does make for an interesting view through your telescope. And you can always tell people that, hey, this is only 8.6 light years away. So it's actually pretty close to Earth. Okay, we have a couple of deep sky objects within the boundaries of Canis Major. One of them is a Messier object, so let's venture out to a dark location. Okay, this is what Canis Major would look like from a dark site. And you can see Sirius here. You can see this rectangle shape that represents the dog's body. Here's the dog's tail. Here's its head. So Canis Major actually does sort of look like a dog with your imagination. So let's look for M41, which, if I remember right, is one of the sky's prettiest open clusters. Visible to the naked eye, M41 has a magnitude of 4.5 and is located 2,300 light years from Earth. Through the finder scope, it is spectacular. It's also known as the Little Beehive Cluster. And through a low-power, wide-angle eyepiece, it is a stunning open cluster. Okay, I have one more deep sky object within the boundaries of Canis Major, and that is NGC 2362. And this is also on the Caldwell list. It's Caldwell 64. This is a fourth magnitude open cluster located 3,900 light years away. And through the finder scope, you'll see this pairing of bright stars here, but the open cluster is actually kind of clustered around this really bright star here. And it really does make for a stunning view to have this really bright star almost right in the center of this open cluster. Okay, well, Canis Major is a small constellation, so this concludes my tour of it. Good night and good seeing.